Good morning. This is Karen Biron from Exit Realty here in Polson, Montana, your trusted advisor in Lake County and all over Northwest Montana. This here next to me, whichever direction you are, is David Lewing. He's the branch manager for Valley Bank here in Polson, Montana. He's also my go-to expert, all things lending and banking. And today we're going to talk about when you think to start a purchase of a house, be it your first house, second home, investment property, anything, you always need to talk to a lender first. So today we're going to talk about why you talk to a lender ahead of schedule and what you talk to the lender about and how the lender can help you. So David, take it away.
All right. Good morning, Karen. Thank you for having me. So just essentially, as Karen said, what we're talking about today is how important it is to start your process with the lender, especially in today's market with how busy it is, how quickly real estate is just kind of flying off the shelf. Even more so, it's important to meet with your lender. Several reasons for that. Number one, you need to have a good idea as to where you stand in the process. The lender is the one who kind of sits down with you, makes sure that everything is going to fly when you get a loan. So we're going to look over your credit, review your income, everything involved to get you qualified for this transaction. And so meeting with the lender early in the process gives you really a good idea of just where you stand. Mm-hmm. And so oftentimes what you'll see is coming in to meet with the lender, and then you get pre-qualified. And so that is, you've sat down with your lender, you have gone and submitted your application, and give kind of an overview of where you are at for this particular transaction that you have coming up. So we'll pull credit on you, review your income, et cetera, like we discussed there, and then give you an idea as to what dollar amount you would be able to qualify for. So at that point, assuming everything's in line with your credit and your income, we can issue what's called a pre-qualification letter, which is exactly that, just a letter that says, hey, I've come to the bank and I've met with the lender, and I'm not going to get turned down essentially right off the bat for a loan. And so by getting that pre-qualification letter, that gives a little bit more weight to your offer when you're working with Karen or whomever your realtor is. Mm-hmm. That letter gives you a little bit more weight to your offer, that just says, hey, I am qualified for this purchase that's coming up.
And in this market, you can't even submit an offer without that pre-qualification letter attached.
Exactly. Yep. And so that's in a nutshell the importance of meeting with your lender. Gives you an idea as to what you are qualified for, if there's anything you need to work on. So I've seen it several times where maybe there's a few things that pop up on your credit report that you were unaware of that would potentially slow things down in the process or prevent you from getting a loan. Or, maybe this is especially true for self-employed individuals. Maybe the income that the bank is allowed to count for you to qualify you for this is not quite in line what you think you make. So getting a really good, clear picture as to what you're qualified for really is going to set the stage and make the process run smoother from the get-go.
So for most people, I mean, as you know, I came out of the world of Department of Defense. I've been a W-2 employee for eons, right? So everybody knows, you bring your W-2, you bring your tax statements for the most part. As a self-employed person, what do we need to bring to the table for you to see about what income qualifies?
Exactly. So self-employed is kind of a whole nother animal in itself. So generally speaking, you're going to be looking at 1 or 2 years of your personal tax returns and your business tax returns if you file those separately. And then if you have not filed your most recent year yet, so for example, right now we're in the middle of March, a lot of people haven't filed their 2020s yet, which is fine, but we need to show something of what you did in 2020. So that could be just a profit and loss, something along those lines. Okay. Right now with COVID, There are a few additional overlays that we're seeing as that are kind of specific to self-employed people. So essentially, and this is more on the bank's end, but we're going to be verifying that yes, you are still in business, that this COVID has not had a huge impact on your income.
Right.
Just to ensure that, going forward, you're still going to be able to make these payments.
That's awesome. So I know credit is a huge deal, and I do believe that you and I are going to do another video in a week or two all about credit.
You're right. Credit
An animal all of
in
itself.
itself is such an expansive topic. I requested that of you, Karen, that we just devote an entire meeting to just that, just because there's so much to get into on it. But essentially, I guess the important thing about credit is tied to coming in and meeting with your lender. We'll pull credit on you, and we can review that with you to give you an idea as to what's good on there, what's bad on there, and if credit is going to be the issue that slows you down, or if it's going to be to your benefit and no issues.
Right. And at this point, so as a real estate agent, I don't get involved, excuse me, with the finances. All I need from you is we communicate between the pre-home purchase. We communicate about the pre-qual is ready to go, or hey, I'm working with them right now. We're getting their credit set up. Keep looking at houses and we'll keep you posted. Communication between the real estate agent, the lender, and the client is so important. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be an awesome one, because I have had experiences where I have found stuff on my credit that didn't even know, or my kids caused some issues years ago. So this is going to be an awesome interview, and I'm super excited for this one.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is, it's important to get to you first before you even think about purchasing a home, right?
Absolutely. And it just gives you that clear picture as to where you stand right now. So best case scenario is, hey, you're approved for a loan. Let's hand it back over to Karen and have her help you find a house in that price range that I can qualify you for.
Right.
A worst case scenario is there's something on there, whether it's income related, credit related, maybe you find a house and it's appraisal related, any of that kind of stuff.
Right.
There might be issues that come up, but you will have that good idea of where you stand, and we can lay out a game plan and get you where you need to be. If you're not there yet, the goal is to get you into a house, and it's your realtor's goal, it's my goal, it's your goal, it's everybody's goal, is to make this work. And so let's find out what is holding us back and how we can fix it.
Yep, that's awesome. And I love getting those pre-qual letters, because then we can actually see, besides what you think you want, what the actual budget is, right? And how much house we can purchase. So
Absolutely.
David, thank you very much. We're having another one in a couple of weeks. That's awesome. David's information will be at the bottom of this video, as well as mine. David is my go-to here in Polson. He is a great lender. He communicates with me. He communicates with his clients. And they have a variety of programs, which we're also going to get into. So stay tuned. This is going to be a great series. So have a great day. David, thank you so much. This has been fantastic.
Thank you, Karen. Always nice to chat with you.
Yep. See you in a few.
Sounds good.